John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. In this episode we're going to compare two juicers. These happen to be made by the same exact company, Kuvings, which has been making small appliances over in Korea for many years now, and a more recent introduction into the United States, and they have a strong foothold because they have the patent on the 3-inch wide feed chute style juicer. So likely if you are seeing other 3-inch wide feed chute juicers on the market, they are being infringing on the Kuvings patent, and from what I hear, the Kuvings have been actually taking legal action against some of them, interestingly enough. So I want you guys to get a good juicer that's going to last, that's going to be around, and you're going to be able to get parts and support for. So that being said, with these two machines, they both have a 10-year warranty, and Kuvings has helped all the customers that I have sent to them with legitimate warranty concerns. Anyways, to introduce the machines, over on this side, we have the Kuvings EVO820. This machine was just released just actually a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, and this has been really, a lot of people have been waiting for this guy because it's released to new fanfare, and Kuvings, they always do great marketing jobs to get people excited about their brand new machines. This one is actually being billed as their premium juicer out there, and yeah, it definitely does look nice. It has like a nice leather grain plastic pattern on the front, more short and stout than their old machine over on this side, which is the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer Elite model C7000. I only talk about the model numbers in the United States, so if you're in Europe or somewhere else, this may be a different model. In addition, I'm not talking about the original Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer model B6000. That model is totally, in my opinion, should be obsoleted and discontinued. You should not be getting the original model because they have, improved a lot since the original model. So the C7000 is the model I'll be comparing to the EVO820. This model has been out for a year or two, I forget how long now. But it's a tried and true performer. And so with each of these machines, you guys are going to get a whole host of accessories, and they are actually the same on both machines. So, one of the things I like about the Kuvings is that you will get a nice full color recipe book here. So you guys can see like full color recipe book with, I don't even know, different kind of juice recipes, vegetable recipes, juices, baby foods, cocktails, smoothies, and frozen desserts. Simple instructions on how to make all these things. So this is really important, if you are getting into juicing for the first time and haven't ever juiced. So both these machines will come with the same recipe book. They will also come with the same host of some of the accessories, but not all. Both of them will come with a standard collection cup, which is for collecting the pulp. And then you also have a juice collection cup for collecting the juice. The juice collection cup, you can know because it has a little lip on the front and a little handle on the back. Now both these machines will also come with a sieve, and this is if you don't like pulp in your juice. The Kuvings is known to make more pulp in the juice than other style vertical juicers that we sell at Discount Juicers. So this will remove some of that excess pulp if you don't want it. That is included with both machines. In addition, with both machines, you will get the cleaning brush. This makes cleaning easier. You literally take the screen that's inside the machine, you put it around, and you basically just spin this back and forth vigorously, and this will help to get your screen clean, saving you guys some time. In addition, both machines will come with 2 more brushes. So you'll get a bottle brush, which is good for like cleaning the spout and cleaning the pulp ejection port in there. And then you'll get a standard oversized toothbrush, which is also good for, cleaning the screen inside and out. Now, with the Kuvings C7000, you will also get this part right here. This part is called the sorbet screen, and this comes with the machine. So this allows you to take basically frozen fruits, run it through the machine. It'll mush them up into like a frozen yogurt style consistency, or people call it frozen banana ice cream, even though it's 100% bananas. No cream is involved, no dairy is involved. Fruits are much easier on your kidneys than dairy products that have foreign proteins that have to get filtered by your kidneys, as well as other reasons why you don't want to eat dairy, because all the monodiglycerides, the additives, the high calories, the extra sugar they put in. Whereas when you're processing your own fruits at home, it tastes sweet, but it's 100% natural, fruit goodness, sweetness with the natural amounts of sugars as well as phytonutrients and vitamins and minerals contained within the fruit. So both machines will actually come with this guy, the 7000 and the EVO820. Now this is actually called the smoothie strainer, and on the C7000 this is not included, right? But you can buy it separately should you want to make low RPM smoothies in the C7000. Now on the EVO820, both the smoothie and the sorbet strainer are included, so that's actually kind of nice. I mean, that's a premium feature. They're kind of included an extra part for you guys. But of course, you are paying more money for this machine. You're paying actually $150 more than this guy over here. So hopefully in this episode we'll determine if it is really worth an extra 150 bucks to buy the EVO820, so that you can say you have the premium Kuvings juicer. Now, something that the C7000 does not include is actually this wrench here. I like this wrench a lot. This basically, a wrench allows you to remove and take the machine apart should it get stuck if you are using it improperly. If you start, putting produce in there haphazardly and not pre-cutting your celery or kale despite having a large feed chute, the auger will get jacked up, which will cause this whole piece to get stuck. And if you didn't have this tool, you probably would have a really difficult time getting your juicer apart. I've stuck my own Kuvings as well as other vertical juicers, and it's hard to get off, let's put it bluntly. And so with this tool, it makes it significantly easier because literally they're just giving you leverage so that you guys can take the top off. Now, the solution is not to jam your machine up in the first place, so make sure you click the link down below in the description. Called Juice Like a Pro and any vertical slow juicer. I give you guys like 10 different tips on things you need to do when using a vertical slow juicer, whether it has a wide feed chute or not, so that you are successful, so that you will not need this tool. That being said, the C7000 does not come with a tool, but the interesting thing is the C7000 does have a spot for where the tool would go into. So if Kuvings will sell you this additionally, which I don't know how much they charge for a little plastic wrench, you guys could buy that and use it on the C7000. Now I want to let you guys know that I'm comparing the EVO820 to the most recent release of the C7000. So if you got a C7000, like when they were released years ago, Kuvings is making ongoing and small incremental improvements. That doesn't change the juicer in any big way, but small improvements that may be reflected in this unit. Be rest assured, if you guys buy your juicer from Discount Juicers, we have the latest inventory, the latest stock. We sell lots of juicers, so we get a shipment in, we sell it out, we get another shipment in, so we always have the latest manufacturer runs. What does that mean? That means that if you buy a juicer like the C7000 from us, you're going to get one that looks exactly like the one that I'm showing you guys today. You're not going to get one that's a little bit different, that may have some of the older, outdated parts. So I want to encourage you guys to support me and make your purchase at discountjuicers.com. I do appreciate that. It allows me to make the videos like this, to spend the time to buy my produce, to keep my lights on, and pay all my bills in life. So I appreciate that, and I really enjoy making these videos, but also more importantly for me, it's about just telling the truth and showing you guys actually what happens when you juice certain items in certain juicers, and letting you guys discover that, because I have access to all these different juice machines. So if you guys appreciate my videos, if I have helped you out in any way, please make your purchase at discountjuicers.com so I can continue my work to help educate people about the power of fruits and vegetables by using appliances such as juicers and vacuum blenders to get them into you. So I want to thank you guys in advance for those of you guys that will purchase from me, and I want to thank you guys who have purchased from me in the past. It allows me literally to do what I love and spread the message of juicing and health. Alright, so with that, I think those are all the different components and the parts. I have one more thing to say. So both these machines have an optional citrus attachment. You could buy one for the EVO, it's not included. You could also buy one for the C7000, it's not included. You could buy this extra. Now this guy I think runs around $50 or so, and in my opinion, it'd be much better to just buy like one of those citrus, juicers. Actually, I like the Tri-Best Citrus Star, which is a whole self-contained unit. But if you don't like having extra gadgets, then you could just buy this one, which will fit on top, and it works well. It's a plastic, and I did do a test of this in the EVO video that I did originally. check the link down below for the full and complete review on this machine where I go more into detail. And then also we'll put a link down below to the original C7000 video that I did that'll go more into detail about you know, the C7000, how to use it and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really going to get into that this time too much because this is basically just about a comparison between the two machines. Alright, so now that you guys know what comes with the juicers, let's go ahead and compare and contrast all the different parts on each of the specific juicers, alright? So first we're just going to go ahead and pull out the plunger here. So this is the plunger on the C7000, this is the plunger on the EVO820. I kind of like the plunger on the EVO820, it's more streamlined, smaller to clean, easier to clean, kind of like a bullet shape. And the pusher on the C7000 basically has all these like nooks and crannies and cutouts that have to work with the little fin that's in the feed chute. Yeah, so that's, but they are shaped based on the feed chute hole size, which you guys will learn about right now. So let's go ahead and take off the top on the C7000 and the top on the EVO820, and there they are. So I mean, these guys look similar, but they're different. You know, this guy's a little bit taller. This juicer actually sits a little bit taller than the EVO. This machine I really like because it actually has a funnel. I don't know how many times you guys have tried to juice cherry tomatoes or grapes or like, you know, cut up celery or kale and then you miss the hole. I mean, I know I have. So they came out with this funnel, which I greatly appreciate. Without the funnel, that's what it looks like. This is basically a 3-inch wide feed chute that you can just basically put things into. And on the top of the EVO820, it's a little bit different, you know. So this actually has a little single hole. So the hole on this is 3 inches. The hole on this guy is, I think, 1.75 inches approximately round. So it's a smaller feed chute. But the thing you have is you have this. So you could click this little lever, and then now you have basically a trapdoor feed chute. So if we like look at the overall, you know, width of the trapdoor feed chute, this is actually like 3 1/8 inch. So technically, it's larger than 3 inches. This is going to help you out if you guys are juicing like apples or oranges. You can just basically put one in, drop it in, and then basically it funnels itself and drops itself in. So this kind of makes things more convenient. It also slows you guys down from juicing things too quickly, which is good because in these machines, despite having a pusher, you don't want to just shove something in there, push it in, pull this out, shove something else in there, push it in, because then if you are doing that, you are likely using the slow juicer too quickly, which will cause backup issues and some problems. So I want to always encourage you guys to basically let the juicer dictate how fast you put things in. If the juicer is still working, you could hear it grinding and crunching things up and juicing, right? Don't add the next piece of produce. That's one very important tip. Oh, and so then that's the feed chute size. So I mean, definitely the winner technically is this guy because the feed chute's 3.2 inches or something, and on this guy it's 3 inches. But I think, you know, for ease of use, depending on what you're juicing, of course, if you're juicing 3.1 inch apples, this is more convenient. But other than that, this guy's more convenient because there's just one big chute. And you don't have to fumble with this little, trapdoor thing. Now, I do need to say that when cleaning the trapdoor thing, I'm cleaning this because there's a lot of pulp stuck in this. The pulp will kind of get into the trapdoor. Then you got to kind of take this apart, and I had some pulp like stuck in this apparatus and the hinge. It's a little bit harder to clean than just the straight through shot of this, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom of the housings there. And basically on the bottom of these housings, it's similar but different. All right. So in the back of these housings, there are magnets that are built in. So this does not allow the machine to come on unless it's properly assembled. Both of those have that. In addition, both of these machines have basically 4 locking points. On previous models, it only had 3 locking points, and maybe even an original model of the C7000 may have had 3 locking points. I don't remember. But both these now have 4 locking points that may have been actually thickened actually. So let's see, I can't really tell. It looks like the EVO is a little bit thicker than the C7000. That's just from looks, but I'm not measuring it. Oh, it might be the same. It's too hard, it's so close. But anyways, there's 4 locking points on both these machines. In addition, you'll see all this basically reinforcing of little plastic like tabs and both these machines have the reinforced plastic tabs on here. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of like grinding areas, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4 grinding areas when you're putting things into the machine. And they basically both have kind of like an oversized bushing where the top of the auger go into. So I mean, basically aside from the feed chute, most of this apparatus in the bottom, the reinforcement and everything, looks pretty similar. I guess the only other thing would be the shape difference. I mean, they both look pretty similar to me, like the produce kind of goes in, then has to kind of make a turn and go in. Actually, on this one, the whole chute is actually larger, which I kind of like a little bit better than this. Is kind of more tall and skinny. This is probably going to get maybe stuck up, maybe a little bit less. And both those have the little tabs so that you guys can use that little tool that I showed a little bit earlier. All right, so those are the feed chutes. Next, let's go ahead and pull out the augers. Alright, so here's the two augers on the machines, and to me, these augers pretty much look identical. You know, I can't really say one is different than the other. I mean, I think they're pretty much both the same. So I mean, literally you're paying $150 more for this machine, but you have the same exact auger in there. Anyway, that's how it appears to me. Alright, let's next go ahead and pull out the juicing screen and the wiping blade. Set these on the table. Actually, let's do this. Let's see if we get this set will go in here, which it does, and this set, see if it goes in here, which it does. So, you know, in my opinion, the screen and the wiping blade appear to be very similar, if not the same. Yeah, so I mean, I believe these to be the same exact parts. Let's see, the wiping blades to me are the same exact parts. And the screen, if we look at these screens, I mean, they don't like put a part number in the screen because otherwise I'd be able to compare them. But basically these screens are the same, you know. So what does that mean? That means, you know, the auger is the same, the screen is the same. That means you should generally get the same performance, provided that the bowl and the feed chute doesn't make a significant difference when juicing, which I think most of the juicing action happens inside the screen and the juicing screen and the auger, so I don't think that's going to make a significant difference, you know, but it might. Alright, so yeah, these parts are also the same. Alright, so let's take a look at the bowls here. So the bowls, oh, looks like this bowl's a bit different. It doesn't have a spout cap. Oh, well, that's because I think it came off in the box. So let's go ahead and put it on. It should definitely have also the spout cap, or also called the smart cap, patented technology, or wording from Kuvings. So yeah, both of them have the smart cap. So let's see. So both these bowls look fairly similar, right? They have the same exact smart cap that open and close. They have the same Y angle that does not allow you to put your finger in there while the juicer is running, which to me is a bit harder to clean. They both have the gear at the bottom of the bowl. And yeah, I mean, they look pretty similar there. Let's see. They both have basically the cutout on top of the ejection pulp, where the pulp comes out. They both have a cutout, and they're both actually marked up to 400 milliliters. So, I mean, to me, I mean, these pretty much look the same. I can't really say like one is different than the other ones because they look totally the same to me. So, I mean, mainly I think then in this case, comparing the C7000, the latest version, mainly the top set where the feed chute is different than the bottom. Oh, let's see this. Let's see if we could fit the top of the EVO on the C7000 bowl that I have here. Aha! Wait, that's different. All right. So that although the bowls look the same, I'm seeing where the lineup points are totally different. So let's see if we non-align these. Yeah, so that does lock in. All right. So technically the bowls are very similar, but a little bit different to prevent the use of the new top. All right. So yeah. That's pretty much it. Oh, and then of course, the other thing that's different is the motor base. So this motor base is tall and skinny. Currently comes in 3 colors. The silver comes in a red, purple, or maroon style, and a white, tall and skinny. And then this guy is kind of more short and fat. Comes in a gunmetal color. This one actually has a handle in the back, which is kind of nice, and then there's a handle, like a recessed handle in the front to lift it up. Both these have like the latest design of the motor spline comes out of the body, so it's like basically improved, so you won't get leakage in the motor. This one has the on and off switch on the back, which will not work unless the machine is turned on properly. And this one also has the button on the back, but when you are using it, the button really is going to be on the side because you're facing the juicer generally. This guy, or the EVO820, takes a larger footprint on your countertop. This one is kind of like, will take a little less footprint. And the other thing I'll say about these two machines here is that they both have the same exact motor as far as I'm aware. They're both rated at 240 watts. And I don't know if like one's different and they're 240 and this is like a different model, or that one has more torque. As far as I'm concerned, they're the same exact motor, but I wouldn't know unless I like opened them up and compared them, scientifically. But to me, I think they are the same. So yeah, so basically what are you getting from this point? We see you're paying $150 more to have a premium machine in name, but a lot of the parts are similar except for the feed chute. So if you think this feed chute may be beneficial to you, then this might be a better machine. But aside from all that, what we're going to do next is we're going to test the yield to see if the new top makes a difference in the yield. But first, I want to show you guys actually how to assemble these machines. Super simple, super easy. Of course, you're just going to go ahead and take your bowl, and everything just drops down into place. You're going to take your wiping blade and the screen, and that's going to drop down into place. You're going to take your auger. You're going to spin that a little bit. It's going to drop down into place. You're going to take your top, and there's a red dot. You're going to line up with the red dot here. And if the auger is in properly, then you should be able to drop that down, and then you're going to turn it from the open to the close, and it's going to be lined up and you're ready to go. On the C7000, once again, you're going to take your juicing bowl. That's going to drop down, so like the side of it with the Kuvings there is facing where the outlet comes out, so that's why I'm saying you're at the side. Then we're going to go ahead and take our screen and our wiping blade, line up the red dot with the red dot here, and drop that down. Then we're going to go ahead and take our auger. The auger is going to go in, we're going to push it down, we're going to kind of spin it a little bit to make sure it gets fully seated. If it's not fully seated, then the top of the machine will not properly go on. Then we're going to take the top. There's a red dot right here, red dot right here. We're going to line that up, and it's on open, and we're just going to go ahead and slide that to close. And then basically the machines are all set up. So now I want to share with you guys actually what it sounds like to run each of the machines. They have a similar motor, similar top set. I'm going to say the sound should be pretty similar. Let's go ahead and try it. So that is the EVO820 running, and this is the C7000 running. I mean, I can't hear any significant difference when running. Always when running a vertical juicer without anything in there, they may tend to be a bit louder. There may be a couple creaking, the plastic may be rubbing, all this kind of stuff is totally normal. And here's the thing I want to let you guys know is you don't want to just sit there and let your juicer run without nothing in there, right? And the reason for this is because once you start juicing and adding produce, the produce has juice, it has liquid, it has the fiber. All the liquid and the fiber kind of get in there and help to like lubricate the parts and get it running, and it actually kind of will make the juicer a bit quieter when you're running it. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup. I guess what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and get some carrots, and we're going to weigh those out, and we're going to show you guys the comparison of juicing in both these machines and if there's a difference. Alright, so now we're all ready and set up to juice, and now we're going to go ahead and do the weigh-in to make sure we have a fair fight. I have the juicers set up with the catch cups as well as a glass collection cup with my sieve that I like to use, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But let's go ahead and first do the weigh-in to make sure we have a fair fight. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the scales. Over on the EVO820 side, looks like we have 2 pounds, 7.9 ounces. And over on the C7000 side, looks like we have, once again, 2 pounds, 7.9 9 ounces of. Alright, so now that we got the weigh-in done, we're going to go ahead and remove these scales and we're going to get juicing. And just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and use a stopwatch app to time to see how long it takes to juice in each of the machines. I think I will start with the EVO820 first. Now, one of the things I want to say is due to the design of this short and fat squat base here, the spout where the juice comes out does not extend as far as on the C7000. So the challenge I had when making previous videos with this machine is that, you know, with the the glass collection Pyrex cup that I use, it's kind of thick, and so juice might dribble down between the wall and the top because it kind of goes out the spout and then kind of comes back. So I might have to like finagle my sieve so that doesn't happen. So I want you guys to be aware of that. You know, if you do want to use an alternative collection cup than the plastic ones that come with the machine, you know, the C7000 might be a better option for that. Anyways, what I want to do, since we're only juicing carrots, we're just going to put them in one at a time. Shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to hit the start, and I'm just going to get juicing. We'll speed it up to save you guys some time, and we're going to come back with the results. All right? So let's go ahead and hit start and go. Alright, so here's the last carrot going in. I had to hold on to the sieve. We were getting some drips on the table there. And you know, always on these wide mouth feed chute machines, there'll be some carrot pulp kind of at the top that hasn't got juiced. And so one of the ways around that is to let the machine run, because if pulp is still ejecting, which it's still flowing pretty well, don't just turn the machine off, because that pulp could actually go down further into the machine. And this will just, you know, increase your run time on how long it takes to actually to juice for you guys. Now I do need to say all the carrots that I put in today into the EVO went through without a hitch, except for one that was a pretty fat diameter, which basically stopped the machine in its tracks. I had to hit the stop reverse button, reversed it out, and then went forward, and then it was totally fine and good to go. As you guys can see, we're still getting juice dripping out, and the pulp is ever so slowly moving out. I think I'll let the machine run just a little bit more, you know, to make sure that we get as much yield out of the machine as we can before we stop the stopwatch. Anyways, right now it looks like we're at about approximately 4 minutes, you know, from the time we started to the time we got done juicing, and then maybe just a little bit longer for it to stop, which I think we're probably pretty good. So we're probably about at stop just about 4.5 minutes juicing carrots in the EVO820. Next, let's go ahead and focus our attention on the C7000, and let me go ahead and set this guy up, and let's go ahead and hit the reset, and we're going to get started on the juicing in the C7000, the Elite model. Alright, so we're down to the last carrot in the C7000. This has gone on without a hitch. It hasn't stopped on me once. Let's go ahead and drop that last carrot in there. I mean, I think I gotta like to say I personally kind of like the 3-inch wide feed chute with the large funnel. You know, personally, better than the you know, the flip top with the larger flip top, but then a smaller you know, middle chute there in the middle. Once again, we put the last carrot in. We're letting it run a little bit longer because pulp is still moving. This one actually took 3.5 minutes. You know, I don't want to say that this is always going to save you time over this guy, but I think in most cases it will, because this one didn't stop. I did also have to fumble with this and waste a little time making sure this wasn't dripping, whereas on this one it wasn't an issue. This one has also pretty much stopped coming out, so we can go ahead and turn it off. So this one is basically 3 minutes and 45 seconds, so I'd probably say like took me like a half a minute less to juice in the big spout instead of the flip you know, style design. So that's just my personal experience. Let's go ahead and close both these tops here and move these juices front and center to see how much of the pulp, how much pulp each juicer made. And let's go ahead and sieve this out here. Shake that down and shake this down. Now, you know, I'm personally going to say that I can't see any significant major difference in the amount of pulp created. After all, these machines are using the same exact auger in my opinion, and the same exact juicing screen in my opinion. So pretty much to me the pulp looks like that was created into the juice before sieving it out is it's pretty much the same. And so now let's go ahead and give you guys a close-up on the yields to see which one of these juicers made more yield, if any. Alright, let's go ahead and do a close-up on the juice yields for you guys over on the EVO820 side. You guys can see closely. Looks like it's about at 450 milliliters of juice, pretty much straight up. And then over on the C7000 side, looks like it's also right at 450 milliliters. But then if you notice, it's a little bit above that, like not much, maybe like a line or so. So I'm going to call that maybe like 460 milliliters of juice in the C7000. Alright, so as you guys just saw, the C7000 made very little more juice. And you know, I don't want to say this is like a definite, like is the C7000 always going to be more efficient than the EVO? I mean, after all, they use the same exact juicing parts, the same screen. You know, a little bit of the design is different. If you feed things a little bit too fast or too slow, or the carrots are a little bit weird, I mean, they all come from the same bag. You know, so I'm going to say pretty much like the yield-wise is a wash. Now, the one thing I will say is that this did stop once on me because maybe it stopped, maybe it interrupted the juicing process, so then you lose a little bit of yield. Maybe this one I didn't run as long as there's more like pulp that could go through than this guy, but I tried to be as fair as possible. I think in the end, you know, I'm going to say that these machines they should yield about the same exact thing. Maybe this one's going to get more this time, that one might get more sometimes. If I had to think one might get more often, I would say the C7000 just because the better design. But the thing is, if you feed things too fast, then it could get a worse yield and it could totally mess up. Whereas this one, you know, it's a little bit more difficult to feed things too fast because you got this flip down chute, you know, and you could just drop things in faster and use the pusher to cram things in faster. So the other thing I'll say, because as you guys learn, both these machines are pretty much the same thing. The motor's pretty much the same. The wrapping or the housing around the motor is a little bit different. This was a little bit more of a pain to me because the spout didn't come out as much. Although, you know, some people might argue that this one looks really nice and cool and tough and premium, and this one kind of doesn't. I mean, what I'm going to say now is I'm going to have to declare the winner of this juice-off comparison, and I'm a practical guy, right? Like, I want to spend as least amount of money to get the best results as possible, and in this test, you know, the C7000 was it. I mean, you could spend $150 less, you're going to get pretty much the same results. I think just a better way to go. You could buy that smoothie attachment additionally if you want to get it with this, because it does come with this. The only part that you'll be missing is that nice little wrench that hopefully, if you're juicing properly, you will not need that wrench, but you could, if Kuvings offers that separately, buy it from them to have the wrench to basically get all the features of the EVO except that fancy dancy feed chute top. You know, you're going to get the old-fashioned top that, you know, I think, for me anyways, is more practical when I'm pre-cutting my celery and greens to juice. Putting those in this little small feed chute or using the trapdoor is a bit more difficult. That being said, you know, if you guys like the look of this and you have a lot of money, hey, get this one. You're going to get the same exact yield on that. This is the premium model. If you want to tell your friends, yeah, I have the premium Kuvings juicer, and you also drive a BMW, hey, good on you, man. You can have the premium model and pay a little bit more for the rest of us guys. You know, save your money and get the lower cost one. I guess the last thing I want to do is we're going to go ahead and taste test some of this juice here. Yeah, I mean, that's pulp-free juice. And juice on the C7000. Now, I don't believe this juice is going to taste any different. And it doesn't. But good juice nonetheless. I want to encourage you guys, you know, carrot juice is definitely a health food. People might say, oh, John, but carrot juice, man, it's so high in sugar. There's so many things other than sugar inside the carrot juice, like the beta-carotene. And in actually a peer-reviewed scientific published article I was reading today, it said, literally by drinking the carrot juice, you're going to absorb more of the beta-carotene, you know, than by eating the carrots or the whole fruit, the whole vegetable on its own. And I mean, this is known because the fiber can impede some of the absorption, and especially if your digestion is not working properly or you're not chewing well, then you're not going to get some of the nutrients out of the carrots. So that's why I like juicing the carrots, because it's not something that I would digest well, but now I could have access to the cancer-fighting properties in the carrots, as well as all the other vitamins and minerals and antioxidants to help keep me young and also have my skin glow with a little bit of an orange tinge that has also been proven to be more attractive to the opposite sex. So that's pretty much it. I would encourage you guys to support me in my work. If you guys enjoy this video that I took the time to make for you guys by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. We do have a price match policy. So if my informational videos aren't enough just to get you guys to buy the juice from me, you need to make sure you guys get the lowest price. You want to save $5 or whatever the other price is. I would encourage you guys to support me at the full price. But if you guys need to get a better deal and find a lower price, we'll match any other authorized retailer's delivered price on the same exact machine. Just go ahead and use in the description below, there's a contact link, so you could contact me. Let me know what you found, and I'll let you know that I hopefully should be able to match the price. So you guys could not only get the information that I'm showing you guys in this episode, not only the after service should you have issues with Kuvings, and they're not taking care of you on the warranty and you purchase from Discount Juicers, I will make sure they take care of you. And I'm sure big box stores cannot make sure that Kuvings takes care of you like I can. So, I'm here to support you. I want you guys to start juicing, start getting more fruits and vegetables in you, because I know it will make a difference in your life like it has in mine, as well as many of the customers that I constantly get testimonials from on a regular and everyday basis. So, if you guys like this video with the EVO, want to see more, I'm not thinking about making a lot more videos with the EVO. I'm not particularly, too hyped up about it myself. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also be sure to share this video with somebody else that's looking to buy an EVO or considering the C7000 so that they can learn the truth about these two machines. Also be sure to click that subscribe button right down below. Make sure you click the little bell in addition so that you guys get notified when my new and upcoming episodes come out that I have coming out every 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 days on this YouTube channel. And be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge, over 500 episodes at this time, comparing and contrasting all the major brand juicers on the market so that you guys could get the right juicer for you and start making those health changes that are so important. With that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.